William, how did you stay in the I am prior to enlightenment? So I don't see myself as enlightened. That's an abstract idea. In this story, I can talk about an awakening that happened where there was a fundamental shift in perception, but like, it's so abstract to give myself the title of I am now enlightened. It just wouldn't even pop up in my thoughts. Like sometimes I play with my partner and say to him, like I text him and be like, the enlightened master wants this or wants that, just as a joke. He finds that very funny. Or the enlightened master requires your presence. But apart from that, it just wouldn't occur to me. It's just, you can give that to the Buddha. He's dead, so you can stick that on him. He can have it. The poor effer. And how did I stay in the I am? So I came from many different teachings, and some of them didn't teach that that was important, but I did used to do that practice. Just used to move my attention to what was happening. It's beautiful to do. So it's the personal awareness doing it, and it's not going to lead you to enlightenment, because who would be this person that becomes enlightened? That consciousness is already free. But it's a beautiful practice to do. So moving the attention to this moment or to the I am. But it's the nature of personal awareness is to go into thought, so it is. So don't get too frustrated, it goes off into thoughts and gets distracted, because that's the nature of it. Like what we like to think is if I stay there all the time, I'm suddenly going to pop and explode. But it's just a practice to settle down the person. It's really beautiful. But I also simultaneously, and what I recommend is that's not the only way, to settle down the person. So there is the movement to attention. The other thing is questioning your thoughts, your beliefs, your ideas, your emotions, everything about your existence. The other way is putting attention to the feelings and being able to put them in context of the apparent story of your life. And and the other way is to do not physical exercise like we think in the West, but like breathing, like yoga, all these different practices to try and shift stories out of the body. So, and you could call it emotional release as well. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so I think I'm going to end in a few minutes' time. I'm staying with my mother, and my mother has just returned home. I just was going to do this until my mother returned home, so that's my marking point. Yeah. So beautiful, this subject. And this subject is yours. I know that's so weird, but it's not like I have it and you're there learning it. It's the birthright. Everything about you, everything you've ever experienced is not two-ness, is non-duality. And you've never, ever moved out of this present moment. Ever. Even the person that's dreaming about other instances is always this moment. Everything is always this moment. It's who you are. So we do all these mind loops, but you're always here, and this is the freedom. Knowing who you are in death, in tragedy, in joy, in excitement, in falling in love. This is your freedom. This is the get out of jail free, because there is nothing happening here. Nothing happening here. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is all you ever wanted. The person seemingly wants things, it's the way it functions, so now I want to go and spend time with my mother. But on the ultimate level, this moment is all you ever wanted. It's happening, it's here. Like when you really know yourself as that which is beyond the person, that which is beyond ideas, thoughts, feelings, and knowledge. There is a freedom. Total freedom. And I know it sounds like I'm selling you something, like this is the new sale, the non-duality pitch, but it's also not, because how can I sell it to you? Like, look, really look. Even if it's you on the human level looking, like that's what seemingly happens at first, is the person on the human level looks, but it then begins to like, you know, like those ghosts in the Pac-Man, they go along like that, and then when you die, they kind of like, their mouth opens up and then eats themselves and they disappear. It's kind of like that. Like, look into experience. Even though there isn't really somebody there that's doing, there is the functioning that's happening. And that looking can disintegrate the person. There's also the practice of apparently moving the attention into the attention, or into this moment, into the I am, whatever you call it. There's the questioning of everything you think yourself to be. There is the recognition of feelings in the body and how they relate to the past. So seeing that they're also illusory, like feelings also aren't it. So you recognize that there's pain in your heart chakra. Before, when you're totally identified, it's like that person hurt me and that's the total truth. Then you begin to realize there's a feeling happening in you. And then you begin to realize that that feeling is a conditioned thing that's seemingly come from the past. So it's not a truth or reality too. So there's that practice. And the questioning of yourself, the recognitions that feelings aren't who you are, thoughts aren't who you are, senses aren't who you are. And then there's the emotional release that you can do, like energetic work to shift energies in your body. But I give these practices knowing full-heartedly that they're not prescriptions, they're descriptions of something that may happen there. And there's also the absolute knowing that I say this, but for some people it might not be helpful. It's always good to work with someone, because for some people you might need something else. It's not like one shoe fits all.